Hello and welcome to my YouTube. In this YouTube, I'm going to show you the settings for a large church choir voice on a Yamaha E463 keyboard. Now, my E463 has several choir voices, but they didn't quite sound like a big choir. It's been my honor to have sung in some large choirs. When I was a senior in high school, I sang in the Illinois All-State Choir, 500 voices. So I wanted a choir voice that sounded like a large church choir, like a 150 voice church choir. That's what I was going after. So I combined a choir voice with a dual symphony string voice to get the choir voice I wanted on my E463. If you don't know how to use a dual voice, watch my YouTube that explains how to use a dual voice on the E463 keyboard. I'll put the URL for this YouTube in my comments below if you want to go and watch that. So this is what I did. I went in and I chose voice number 089, which is called choir. And these are the settings, okay? Then I went and I set up a dual voice. And for the dual voice, I chose a violin string section of an orchestra, voice number 070 called strings. And these are the settings for the string voice. Now, if you compare them side by side, you see that the choir is a little bit louder, and the choir is coming slightly from the left. Not a lot, but just a little bit from the left, and the strings are coming a little bit from the right. What that does is it spreads out the sound. A lot of reverb in the choir, not quite as much in the strings. Some chorus in the choir, but a lot of chorus in the strings. Now here's the important parts, the attack and the release. Attack means when you press the key, how long does it take the note to come up to full volume? You see, in a choir, if you have 100 to 150 voices, every single person doesn't start singing exactly like everybody else in the choir. Some people come in a little slow, some people come in a little fast. So the attack here in the choir was set at 79, but the attack in the strings was 92. So you have some variety here, and that's just like a human choir. The release is just the opposite. When you let go of the key, how long does it take for the sound to decay away to zero sound? And in a human choir, when the conductor says, all right, stop, every choir member doesn't stop exactly like everybody else in the choir. So my choir voice had a release of 98, but my strings had a release of 110, much longer. So the strings held on to the note a little bit longer. Okay, cutoff I didn't mess with. Resonance, they both have a lot of resonance, but the string section has a little bit more. So those are the settings. Now, this is absolutely a must. If you don't turn on harmony, all you have is everybody singing the same note. But I set the harmony to block 003. And the way you do that is you hold down the harmony button, hold it down, and then use the rotary dial to dial up 003. Basically, what this is giving me is 4-part harmony. So here's where I get my basses, my tenors, my altos, and my sopranos. So it's absolutely a must. You've got to turn on the harmony or you don't have a choir. You have 100 voices all singing the very same note. So let's go live to the E463 keyboard and hear this church choir voice playing in the hymn, Be Thou My Vision.